What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman, aka Allfire's Hallelujah. Marvel and Disney finally listened to their fans, and it was officially announced today that Loki Season 2 Episode 1 will be released at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 Pacific on October 5th. So again, if you were one of those people who never saw the shows live because you were asleep in the middle of the night like a normal person, you're finally going to get to watch it with everybody else instead of waking up the next morning and seeing a million YouTube videos on the episode at work before you got home and had a chance to watch it yourself. I think Marvel's going to see dividends from this, not only in the number of people tuning in for debuting episodes when they're live at 9 p.m. 6 Pacific, but also for the number of people who are interested now because their fandom won't be ruined that they can't catch the shows. In the meantime, the rest of Hollywood remains shut down because of the strikes, and while the implications loom large for what might end up actually happening next year, which we'll talk about in a separate video, the only guild that was able to make a deal with the studios in a timely fashion was the Directors Guild, but they can't do much of anything if they don't have actors to direct and, of course, writers to write the projects. However, we had heard over the last couple of weeks that Jeff Loveness and Michael Waldron, the guys writing Avengers 5 and Avengers 6, had departed the project. At the time, one of my biggest contentions was it may be to the ever-shifting timetables. In the wake of those reports, we started to hear the rumors that Matt Shakman, the director on the Fantastic Four, had left the project as well. Well, according to one of my industry insider sources, we have an update about that. It is not as dire as you think. We're going to talk about what's going on with Matt Shakman, the director of the Fantastic Four, again, in the wake of the last 2 weeks of rumors that he had actually departed the project. According to my sources, that is not the case. But first, if you could grab the subscribe button. We do daily Marvel content at the channel, and that's all we do. Everything from official Easter egg breakdowns, trailers, and reviews to the occasional industry insider report and everything in between. So if that sort of thing's for you, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. That will automatically enter you to win our ongoing PS5 giveaway. The next one is right around the corner to coincide with Loki, and we've also got 3 left this year. So again, all you got to do is be a sub, leave a comment on this video if you want. Stick around to the end of the video, we get into all the giveaway stuff again there. Okay, so if you're like me, in the last couple of weeks or week or so, you may have seen the headline in multiple places, especially on social media, that director Matt Shakman had departed from the Fantastic Four. And again, this came alongside other news that writers were departing projects at Marvel Studios as well. Given the current state of Hollywood, all the unknown timelines and the strikes, you could basically chalk it all up to that. However, it has become harder than ever to sometimes discern fact from fiction, especially on social media when it comes to these Instagram posts, and so as I normally do, I tried to follow this one all the way up to the source and find the earliest posting, which, by my record, was Can We Get Some Toast, a trusted Twitter scoopster sharing a post from a separate account that seemed to indicate Matt Shakman left the project, and as he said, he was saving this one as a scoop for after the strikes were over. Okay, so according to my very own sources, these are the ones here at the channel that revealed 2 of the trailers. They got those completely correct. They got our Secret Invasion scoop correct, and we were also one of the first to report that Loki Season 2, and again, according to this same source, was not going to cut Jonathan Majors in any way. We reported on that in early July at the channel. Turns out it was true. He has said that Matt Shakman is still 100% the director on Fantastic Four and has no plans to depart the project. He also said the status of the project was exactly the same pre-strikes, that Josh Friedman was finishing the next version of the script so that they could lock in casting, that they were in the process of extending offers and trying to lock in the team, and that for now, when it comes to the Fantastic Four, everything is status quo until the strikes are over and Hollywood can resume at a normal pace. That being said, we also had an open discussion about just that, what's been going on with the strikes, and I think the general sentiment at the end of the convo, and especially coming from him, who's a lot more plugged into LA and what's going on there than I am here in Atlanta, was just basically everybody's realistic about what's going on right now. There are so many question marks on both sides, and considering the studios won't even negotiate in good faith, nobody has a real good idea of when this is going to end. Now, how that relates to today's scoop is you're not going to see a director like Matt Shakman running from the Fantastic Four only because it's going to be delayed now and possibly by years, because where and who is he running to? There are no other projects going on. It's not like you have to leave one for another, or only part of Hollywood shut down where these guys are coming up on new jobs and they can't stick around. Again, my main contention about the Avengers films and the writers was perhaps the timeline was to blame for their departure, but I think it's safe to say, and at this point, everyone's on the same timeline. More likely the case in what this reveals about Avengers 5 and 6 versus something like Fantastic Four is that those 2 Avengers films are a major whip. That is a work in progress for people who understand the term. They are loosely trying to put them together from the outside looking in, and as they approach those films, I think there's just too many variables that are still constantly changing, that's what led to the change in writers. For something like the Fantastic Four, and had the strikes not gone down, they were headlong and into filming in, say, the next 6 to 12 months. That movie was set to come out in less than 2 years. So I don't think the Fantastic Four is in the same place as the Avengers films at all. We're hearing that Avengers Secret Wars might be pushed another year to 2028. I think we need to look at those films differently. And so when you hear similar scoops about Fantastic Four that we're hearing about Avengers, I just don't think that they apply. Matt Shakman, again, according to our sources, is still 100% the director on the film. And look, I know my information in this one case is not congruent with Can We Get Some Toast. This has happened in the past and amongst other industry insiders where the information we're getting from our sources isn't the same. Remember that no matter where any of this information comes from, anonymous on 4chan, Twitter scoopster like Can We Get Some Toast or My Time to Shine Hello, an industry insider like Daniel RPK via his Patreon, there's a plausible deniability clause attached to all of this. It's scoops. It hasn't happened yet. We don't know what's happening, and in some cases the information's not going to be the same. Doesn't mean that either of us are wrong. We could be right and on different timelines, or it means maybe one of us is wrong and something has changed. Either way, this is not a video to try to debunk anybody specifically. It's just that when you start to see a headline out there alongside the other headlines and you know that this one is just strictly false according to your sources, I'm going to report on it and try to add to the conversation. We'll have to wait and see who ends up being right. In the meantime, Matt Shakman's still the director on the Fantastic Four. Okay, quick reminder, again, we will be doing watch parties for Loki. We have done them for all the shows this year. In fact, I've really been the only Marvel YouTuber, I think, who's been doing watch parties for the shows. I'm sure others will join in now that it's a lot more accessible time. Either way, we'll go live here at the channel around 8 Eastern Standard Time. So if you're going to watch the show anyway, come by and hang out with us. We have a bunch of great discourse before the episode and after the episode as well. Quickly, let's get into the giveaway stuff. Okay, we still have 3 PlayStation giveaways left for this year. We're also doing a comic book giveaway every day in October. I will explain those rules when that goes live on October 1st. All you got to do to be entered to win or for any of the prizes, all the same rules will always apply. Hit the subscribe button because you need to be a subscriber, then leave a comment down below. Because it's truly random, the more videos that you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. All winners will always be announced at the end of videos, live with my voice and the comment shown on screen when there is a winner. So please be safe on my platform. Any other platform, be vigilant. Never give your information out on a third-party app like WhatsApp or Telegram. No YouTuber will ever ask you for shipping. That basically goes for any content creator anywhere. So again, be safe. Remember, anybody can take anybody else's photo and pretend to be them and tell you you've won a prize. My name's Michael Roman. You can find me in a couple of places, Instagram and Twitter at I'mFires. You can also find me on Spotify, YouTube, Amazon, Apple, iTunes, under the name Allfires. And while I'd sincerely appreciate you checking my music out, thanks for checking this channel out. Stick around. We'll be posting again real soon.